Boys and girls, welcome to Raygo, the home of all things music. On today's episode, I'm going to be checking out Don McLean for the first time. Now, if you haven't heard of Don McLean, you definitely have heard of the hit single American Pie, which is pretty much played at every single football stadium when there's a boxing match. And it's pretty much played at every single wedding. You've heard it, trust me. And if you don't think you have, do me a favour, go and type it in right now on Google, listen to it, and then come back. And you'll go, yes, Joe, I've heard it. However, what else do you know about Don McLean? He must be, he's known to people as a legend, so he must have more than just American Pie, right? Well, on today's episode, one of our subscribers by the name of Damien has requested that I check out Mountains O' Morn. He said, Joe, you've mentioned you like medieval folk Irish music. Here's Don McLean doing an old song called Mountains O' Morn. He's done more emotional renditions, but I like this one because of the intro talk by Don. He could be talking about today. So let's listen to what he says in the intro as well. However, it might not be Don's song, but I also do want to hear his voice and how he sings other songs because I really don't know much about this man. And when you've written a classic, even though American Pie, I'm fed up of hearing it, you can't deny it's some serious good songwriting. So I want to know more about him. So without further ado, hit that like button, guys. Let's listen to the song, but most importantly, let's listen to what he's got to say at the intro. Let's go.
That's one of a bunch of new songs that I've been messing around with. And I sang it in Germany. And a kid interviewed me. And he said, don't you think you don't have any right to write songs like that? He says, it's your job to make important statements. So while I was trying to wake up throughout this conversation, I brought into it the notion of, well, what about older songs and songs that aren't brand new, songs that don't fall into the planned obsolescence that seems to be everywhere. You have to have something brand new and then you wear it out and throw it away. That's not the way I view music. To me, every emotion is worthy of writing something about if you can grasp it. And the old songs, if they're good songs, are worthy of singing whether or not they're on the charts or not. And I think that it's all right. I mean, this isn't a folk song society, so we don't have to get involved, but I will show you what I mean. Oh, Mary, this London's a wonderful sight, with people here working by day and by night. They don't sow potatoes, nor barley, nor wheat, but there's gangs of 'em digging for gold in the street. At least when I asked them, that's what I was told. So I just took a hand at this digging for gold. But for all that I found there, I might as well be in the place where the dark morn sweeps down to the sea. I believe that when writing a wish you expressed as to how the fine ladies in London were dressed, well, if you'll believe me, when asked to a ball, they don't wear no tops to their dresses at all. Oh, I've seen them myself, and you could not in truth tell that if they were bound for a ball or a bath. Don't be starting them fashions now, Mary McCree, in the place where the dark morn sweeps down to the sea. Yes, beautiful girls here, oh, never you mind. Beautiful shapes nature never designed. Lovely complexions of roses and cream. But let me remark, with regard to the same, if at those roses you venture to sip, the colors might all come away on your lip. So I'll wait for the wild rose that's waiting for me in the place where the dark morn sweeps down to the sea.
Listen to that guitar work. Beautiful vocals.
You remember young Denny McLaren, of course. Well, he's over here with the rest of the force. I saw him one day as he stood on the strand, stopped all traffic with a wave of his hand. And as we were talking of days that are gone, the whole town of London stood there to look on. But for all his great powers, he's wishful like me to be back where the dark morn sweeps down to the sea.
It's just right up my alley. And although he had the humorous side to it, I think he's proven the point to the fella who said, "You're a musician. You're in the light. You should be making statements. You should be a leader, basically. Not necessarily. I don't want to be. Me personally, trying to be a musician and write songs is nothing to do with politics or trying to be a leader or anything. If anything, it's against that. To me, songs are something you listen to and it takes you away into a different world. Whether it's a couple minutes, 5 minutes, 10-minute song. That's what music's about. Leave the politics and statements aside. You know what I mean? If you want to talk about things like that, then talk about it. But music to me is what he's basically. That was his answer to that, and what he's saying to the people. You know, music has to have a reason behind it. Well, let me tell you, it doesn't. The music was beautiful, humorous. Didn't really mean anything. It's just a story. That was great. Very, very great. I love it. It actually gave me Simon and Garfunkel vibes. I think if you was to add a harmony over the top of that, you wouldn't know if that was... He sounds like Simon from Simon and Garfunkel. Along those type of vibes, the song was in G sharp. Very, very nice. I mean, Damien, who requested this, you've clearly been listening to what I have been saying when it comes to my personal favorite type of music. It's not much further away from that. If you was to add an accordion over the top and start adding some Irish Gaelic sounds to it, damn, you got yourself something beautiful. But even still, stripped back just like that on its own, it's still amazing. He sounds English, Don McLean, and for some odd reason, I've just always felt he was American, and I think it's just because of the fact the song's called American Pie. Let's do a bit of research on Don McLean, shall we, ladies and gents? Let's get Wikipedia up. Let's get you guys in on this. Don McLean the third, First of all, thank goodness he's not passed away. Because I hate it when I've just learned about someone and you just see they're instantly not here anymore. Don McLean is an American singer-songwriter and a guitarist, known as an American troubadour or a king of the trail. Hell yeah. Let's go. You talk in my language and you start mentioning medieval terms as well. He's best known for his 71 hit American Pie, an 8.5-minute folk rock song that has been referred to as a cultural touchstone. I mean, I agree. His other hit singles include Vincent, Dreidel, Castle in the Air. Castle. Let's go. I love those type of words. McLean's song And I Love You So has been recorded by Elvis, Perry Como, Helen Reddy, Glenn Campbell. In 2000, Madonna had a hit with a rendition of American Pie. No way. So he's not English, but he's got a very English sounding voice when he sings. Then again, maybe he hasn't. No, he doesn't. Because Simon and Garfunkel, they're American. Why am I thinking it sounds English? I'm getting mixed up because what he was singing about sounded English. Had English roots about it. London, he mentions London, and it felt 19th century when he was singing. I wonder if he still plays. So his primary genres are folk, rock, country, and rock. See if he's still doing anything to this day. Get off. These adverts just getting in the way. I'm just trying to read. Let's see. Is he retired? Doesn't look like he is. American Boys. There we go. American Boys is the 22nd studio album by American Pie musician Don McLean, released in 24. So he's still doing things. All tracks were written by Don McLean except I Shall Find My Way. No way. That's crazy. And how old is he? Let's have a look how old he is again. 80. Guys, just to put that in perspective, he's 80. He looks pretty good for his age, to be fair. He's 80 years old and he's still writing songs on his debut album, his album that came out 2 years ago. I feel like we got to listen to one of them at some point. Because are they any good? People seem to think the older you get, the worse your songs get, but it's just not the case. Mark Knopfler has proven fact. I know I always mention the guy, but he is. U2 still have great hits. They could be hits. What they're still releasing to this day. Rolling Stones, still good at songwriting. What it is people let age and fashion get in the way. They go, he's old now, or she's old. They're no longer good. It's like, mate, why has that been adopted into life? Because they're old, we don't no longer care. It's like, it shouldn't matter with music. Music is ageless. Alright, if it's a sports, we don't need a 45-year-old football player running our field. You're just not as good as the young bucks. You haven't got the legs anymore, you know. If you're boxing, we don't want to see you in with a 20-odd-year-old lad when you're a 50-odd-year-old man. We don't want to see you get hurt. You just haven't got the strength, you know. But when it comes to music, I don't see why it has anything to do with anything. But if you look at the charts, do you see anyone over the age of 40 in the common charts now? No. Sad that that's a thing. But anyway, I'm interested in hearing what Don McLean's new album says. And yeah, obviously we need to go back and look at his other things, but I wouldn't mind just listening to one. Question is, have you guys listened to Don McLean's most recent album, and what do you reckon? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought of that song if you haven't heard it. And also, if you'd like to request a song of your choice, you know what to do. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. Hit the like button, subscribe, and push.
Blue, Raygo blue, Raygo blue, yeah, Raygo blue.
Welcome to my Patreon. I thought today we'd react to let's do some exclusive stuff, you know what I mean, for you little legends only. I want you guys to tell me if this song sucks. If it does, it's gone forever.
Joe's seen something he likes. Call it
Me
the old
like it.
squatting up bosh.